But what I think is very important that needs to be done in India is that you are now seeing a great increase in H1N1 infections. So I think it's very important to sequence the virus that's circulating here. I would make that the highest priority for the public health officials here, for the scientists here, and there are very good scientists in India that sequencing the virus should not be a problem. The technical expertise exists here. Because the reason for that is to find out, has this virus mutated further within the Indian subcontinent? And that has not only implications for India, but also global implications. Because if there is a different pandemic H1N1 strain, or the swine flu strain circulating in India, that may spread elsewhere. So it has global implications to understand, is this similar to what is in the vaccine and what is in other places, or is this a different strain? Why is there more H1N1 here? My understanding, which is superficial because really haven't spoken to everyone, my understanding is that people are not being typed to see if they have H3N2 infection or not. So I would strongly recommend that when they are doing the PCR tests to confirm H1N1, that in the other people who have influenza-like illnesses, that they also can check to see how many are H3N2, how many are influenza B. Okay. It's possible that there is increase in everything. That's what I'm saying. Right. I think that's very good that that's being done, but to that one needs to add another little simple PCR test for H3N2. Okay? So let's find out how many are H1N1, how many are H3N2, and how many are B. It depends on the strain. Both are dangerous. B is usually less dangerous. B infection is less severe, but both H3N2 and H1N1 can cause severe disease. It can cause death. The mortality can be up to 1% or 2%. And morbidity, of course, is very high. And the susceptible groups are, it's interesting, susceptible groups are typically the young and the elderly are susceptible groups. And of course, any immunocompromised individual is at risk. Pregnant women are at risk. People who are diabetic are at risk. People with heart conditions are at risk. And also, sometimes there's an interesting thing that is seen, which is young adults end up having very high mortality. And that's a very...
That's what is happening.
Yeah, and that is a very interesting phenomenon. It's a very tragic phenomenon, but scientifically it's a very interesting phenomenon. And this was seen very strikingly with the Spanish flu, in the 1918 Spanish flu. And this was probably the worst single epidemic of any infectious disease.